Welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Today we're going to be reviewing and deep diving into Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas 4K Ultra HD release from Disney. I'm actually filming the intro and the end of this video in advance of my actual testing, analysis, and review of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas on 4K Ultra HD. It's actually arriving tomorrow, which is actually the day before I leave traveling for vacation. The first one actually in 5 years. But the point is I'm actually, against my wife's wishes, going to be working on it the day before we leave, pulling all the images off of the disc, doing all the side-by-side comparisons, testing, analyzing, watching, and reviewing it. And then while I'm actually traveling, I'm going to be transferring all the data to my older laptop and compiling it, and then also doing the actual review part of it where I'm going to do it by audio. So I'm going to be recording by audio my actual reviews, thoughts, testing data, and analysis, and sharing that in this video. So this one's going to kind of be a Frankenstein, hopefully a beautiful Frankenstein review video, where I'm combining every different element that I have together while I'm actually traveling on vacation. So understand that this is a favor I'm doing for all of you, simply because I did promise some of you I would do this review with my exclusive image comparisons. So if I didn't do it this way, where I'm working on it while I'm on vacation, there would be no way for me to actually release this video. And the reason why I have to record the intro and the end before I actually start doing the rest of the work while I'm on vacation is I cannot bring all my video recording equipment with me while we're traveling for vacation. So this is all something that I'm doing on a very short time frame, compiling it and compressing it into a smaller video. Now, keep in mind, because I am transferring all the native image comparisons also to my older laptop, I already tested it out and it does slightly compress the images down. And then when I go to upload them, because I'm going to be uploading them over Wi-Fi while I'm traveling, most likely the video is going to be more compressed than it is on any of my previous videos. But again, this is something that's just kind of a treat that I'm releasing in the first place, because I probably shouldn't even be working on this at all while I'm traveling. But I just wanted to let you know that in advance so you know why this review is kind of different than any of my other reviews. This is a one-time thing I'm doing as a special thing for all of you. And I am getting a bunch of grief from my wife for even planning to work while we're on vacation. Now, if you decide you're gonna buy this after you hear my review score and you hear the end of this video, make sure to go down there to the links I've posted in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comment section right below. I've linked out Nightmare Before Christmas on 4K Ultra HD right down there below from Amazon. So if at the end of this, if it does get a good review score after you get to test and analyze it and it is something you wanna buy, make sure to use those links I've posted down there below, but make sure you wait until you hear towards the end of this video my review score and testing analysis to let you know if this is actually something you should buy or add to your collection. But if you decide you're gonna buy it, make sure to use those links I've posted down as a pinned comment in the comment section right below. Now, as you're gonna see now with the native images that I pulled from the disc, now, as I said, I had to do this in very compressed time. So it's going to be limited the amount of native images I could pull. What you're seeing right now, they are the native images. It'll still give you the difference roughly between the Blu Ray and the 4K, obviously. And there is a drastic difference, and here's why. With Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, which came out in 1993, it was originally finished on film. They went back, and this is actually created as a 4K restoration of the original camera negatives. This 4K is a native 4K 2160p, and it does have HDR10 on it. I can tell you the HDR10 drastically helped it, especially with the new color grading. There's a lot of scenes where it's basically the Christmas lights and it going back between the Christmas village, and I can tell you there is a big difference when you get to the Christmas side of it. Colors drastically pop in it. It looks so much better and healthier with this new color grading over the previous Blu Ray release. The native 4K and the 4K restoration that they did to create this native 4K makes a big difference in what you see as well. There is much more depth and detail in the image. And you can notice in those exclusive comparison images that I'm showing you, you can see a big difference between the depth and detail in the image versus the previous Blu Ray. Now, I can tell you on this native 4K, it has a light, natural filmic layer of film grain on it. They did not DNR it away or take it away with the program Neat. It's actually present throughout it, and it does look very filmic and nice. The Blu Ray releases from before really lacked most of that, and it was a very softer looking image and lacked a lot of the natural film grain that should have been present in it. Thankfully, on this native 4K, it is present. It looks very nice throughout it, though I will tell you there's a negative side. So the downside was in the images I did encounter some digital noise. It was mixed in with some of the film grain. You would notice some slight fluctuations and some digital noise throughout some random scenes. But here's the good news. It's very brief, it's not long, it doesn't run throughout the entire thing. It's just some brief scenes throughout that I encountered it. Otherwise, the image was very filmic and a very nice drastic improvement over all previous Blu-ray releases of The Nightmare Before Christmas that were ever released before. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to go down there, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you never miss out on any of these exclusive comparison reviews that you're only gonna find here on my YouTube channel. Now I can tell you they implemented the HDR10 great on this. It has brilliant whites and inky blacks with no black crush. I didn't encounter black crush at all through this film. Now, if you've seen this film, you do know that there's numerous scenes that are very dark and then it goes to very light and back and forth. And I can tell you with the HDR10 implementation that they did, it really shines through beautifully on this release and was a massive improvement over the previous Blu-rays in that sense alone. Now, touching on the audio, it does have English DTS HD Master Audio 7.1. It's a very clean, crisp, and clear audio mix. I had no audio distortions or dropouts, and it moved the sound around the room very nicely and had great range. I didn't have any issues with it having fluctuations either. It was a very nice sounding audio mix, and I really enjoyed all the different uses that it had, where you really felt like things were happening all around you, and you really felt like you were sitting in the middle of the film. As I've talked about a lot previously on this channel, I look for films that really the audio mixes make you feel like you're sitting in the center of the action, and that's the way this film really made me feel with its audio mix. It was very nice, clean and clear, and I did notice a slight increase in the clarity of it over the previous Blu-ray release that I owned, and I did notice that it sounded better in that sense, but the audio mix wasn't something that was such a massive improvement that it's going to knock your socks off as the best one ever, but the little bits of improvements that I did notice in it was still a worthwhile upgrade and made this worthwhile in that sense as well. Now, I do want to touch on one thing that was slightly altered though, the intro title sequence of the studio logos, so like where it shows Disney's logo versus Touchstone's and things like that. Those logos have basically been altered, and those are what they basically inserted as an altered piece and took it from the original camera negatives, one of them, and then used a digital logo for Disney. You can tell the difference between the logos. They plopped those in at the front of the film, but the actual restoration they did for the rest of it, for the actual film itself, is from the original camera negatives. It is not something like a lot of people misreported that it was just some digital file they used. They actually went in and did this from the original camera negatives. That's why this is a native 4K. So when you hear people saying, oh, well, it's the same as streaming services, it is not. This does look drastically better. The natural film grain looks better. It does not look exactly like the streaming service one. It looks drastically better than that. Now that's also because of the increased bitrate and room it has to breathe on this disc. All of that makes a big difference in why this native image has so much more depth and detail, especially when you look at things like, because it's a stop motion film, you can see so many things like in their outfits or Jack Skellington and things like that, where you can see the like claymation, the stop motion where they have the little sewn on outfits. You can see the details in the costumes. And really, it does look the best I've ever seen this film look. Now, if you want to know my thoughts on some previous stop motion animated films, I've done things like Coraline, and that was an amazing stop motion animated film that just got a 4K restoration on 4K Ultra HD. Paranorman, all of those Leica stop motion animated films, I've done all of them as exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparison reviews here on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked out those reviews yet, you're going to want to go watch those after you get done watching this video. Now, I will say this 4K did impress me overall. The few things that I had nitpicky with it, with the digital noise and things I referenced earlier, 99% of people probably aren't going to notice. I'm just more nitpicky for all of you. As most of you know that have watched my channel for a while here, I dive into all of these and do a lot more testing and analysis to make sure I'm sharing everything that I see and hear, so you know what to expect when you watch this. But I will say that digital noise is extremely slight, and I was very impressed with the image. And honestly, when you get to those scenes as you're seeing in those image comparisons that I'm showing you, those scenes, especially with the Christmas lights, are really beautiful to behold on this 4K Ultra HD release. I'm very surprised with what Disney provided on this. Now, I did talk about in my Cinderella review, if you haven't checked out that, I did an exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray as well. This is kind of like one of those things that surprised me that we've gotten 2 of these this year already. We got Cinderella earlier this year. That was an amazing 4K release. And then we've gotten this one. It's definitely one of those that I'm surprised how much life Disney has brought to this film now that really makes the Blu-rays look pretty poor overall in comparison to this new 4K. I will tell you though, up front, there are some scenes that were intentionally filmed with certain lenses and filters to present a hazy, dreamlike appearance, especially when Jack Skellington, there's some song sequences that are more hazy, dreamlike when he's falling through the door in the tree, and there's numerous scenes that they intentionally used softer filters and lenses. Those aren't going to change, they're not wrong, they're not DNR'd scenes either. I know that there's people that are going to misreport it. There's a lot of people that just don't understand original film elements, how they film things with lenses and cameras and things for certain time periods. In this case, there are some scenes that if you've watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're intentionally softer, it's not something wrong, and it's not DNR'd. That's simply the camera lenses and filters they use to give it that appearance for this stop motion film. Now, getting to my review score. For Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, this gets a superb 9.5. This is a must-buy that you need to buy and add to your collection. Don't miss out on this one. This needs to be supported. Even if you're only a middling fan of the film, you need to support and buy this so Disney hears us with our wallets that this is what we want to see. Just like I talked about with that Cinderella review originally. When Disney goes back to their vault and does a restoration that's this nice and beautiful, we need to support it so that they release more of these. I want to see more and more of Disney's classic film vault getting restored and released on 4K Ultra HD to preserve it for future generations. As I said, I don't like all the film revisionism that I'm seeing going on nowadays. Thankfully with this, the only thing that was revised on it and changed was the logos at the beginning, trying to incorporate older logos with newer logos. The rest of the film they didn't revise. It's the nice, beautiful Nightmare Before Christmas that I remember seeing originally in theaters. And it is one of those you will want to have in your collection. It is a superb 4K Ultra HD release from Disney. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this other than showing you in those native images that you're seeing above, but this does give you the best representation I possibly can at the time being that I have. So this is one of those 9.5. I was very surprised that this turned out so well, and I'm thrilled because it is one of those classic films. It's got a mixture of music, comedy, heartwarming tale, and I really enjoy stop motion animated films. As you know, if you followed me for a while, I've talked about a lot of these and reviewed a lot of these. And I really love stop motion animation. You will be impressed with this. You will think it looks beautiful. The implementation looks absolutely great on this 4K Ultra HD release. And it is one of those 4K Ultra HD releases that I highly recommend as a must-buy that you buy and add to your collection. Now that you've heard my review score, my testing and analysis, if you decide you're gonna buy this and add this to your collection, make sure to use those direct links I've posted down below from Amazon. Those never cost you, the viewer, even a penny extra, and it's on sale for the same prices everywhere. But those links down there are very important to the creation of videos just like this. That's how I'm able to afford to spend all this time testing, analyzing, and creating all of these exclusive review videos. So make sure if you decide you're gonna buy this or add this to your collection, use those links I've posted right down below as a pinned comment in the comment section right below. If you enjoy these videos and you appreciate all the time and hard work I put into creating all of these exclusive comparison reviews, make sure to join my Collectors VIP Club. It only costs you, the viewer, a couple of bucks every month, but that drastically makes a difference in the creation of every single one of these videos. I'm not sponsored and I'm not paid by any of these studios or companies. The only way I can always continue to create videos just like this is through you, my viewers and subscribers' support. After what YouTube takes, which is 35%, I get about $1 from that. It does make a difference every single one of you that joins the Collectors VIP Club. So make sure if you enjoy these videos help you out, support the creation of these videos and this YouTube channel through my Collectors VIP Club. I want to say thank you to every single one of my current VIP Club members. You truly are amazing. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Start the conversation in the comment section below and let me know. Is this one you're excited to add to your collection now based on my review score? Are you excited for it now? Are you disappointed in it? Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Start that conversation in the comment section below. I always love to hear from all of you. Like I said, this video was a unique thing. This was the only way I was able to even create this. So I do hope you appreciate and understand that this was something I did for all of you as a treat. Let me know in the comment section below how excited you were that I worked on and released this review while I was on vacation. I know my wife wasn't happy about this, but the fact of it is I did it for all of you. As always, I truly hope all of you have a blessed day, and I've always got something early, exclusive, and exciting coming out very soon.